The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Here we go, and that means you're going too. We're dragging you right along into the Local Show with Tom and Steve, having a blast as we work our way toward warmer weather.
You're having a blast?
Yes.
I didn't know you enjoyed anything in life.
Well, that's not true. There was actually a guy on YouTube, and I don't know how I found him, and he was just a regular everyday Joe. Or Steve,
yeah,
or whoever,
or Tom.
And he talked all about how men change after 50 years old. You know, now I'm 62, you're 63.
You mean we get fat and get breasts? What
yes,
do you mean?
well, that was part of it.
Hairline?
Yeah, that was a hairline, yeah. That was all part of it. But it was interesting because here's this boring guy, but he was saying a lot of stuff that resonated with me. Yeah, and it's funny how things change because you hear a lot about women changing and you know, menopause and perimenopause and all that and
excuses,
all the physical
Tom,
things.
Excuses. Go ahead.
But men change drastically the way that we look at ourselves. But one of the things that we think about, and I didn't intend on bridging this like this, but we have Matt Dauksza with us right now, who is a chief investment officer at Excelsior Wealth Partners.
You're used to talking to washed up people like you and I. Is that what you're saying, Tom?
Well,
jeez.
Yeah, when people are 62, 63, and up to 65, you start talking with them, right?
Yeah, those are our target market, believe it or not.
Right.
Even after that intro. That's what we're looking for.
Right, yeah.
So what are you, so who do you help?
And how do you help?
Yeah, tell us the story a little bit.
All good questions. It's kind of that demographic. I'm 58, 59, thinking of retiring in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And then most of our business is Central New York based in that category.
Right.
So what's the business?
We help people retire. So wealth managers.
Do you do any of the psychological stuff too?
So you become a de facto psychologist just from
man.
everyday life, talking to clients. So
because a lot of things that people probably say, and I'll go out on a limb here because if my wife is listening,
our wives don't listen to us.
You got to worry about that.
I don't want to talk myself out of what I'm trying to do, and that is, when I was younger, I was into muscle cars. So Steve and I know it's kind of a running joke where when am I going to get back into a muscle car? So this we have a car coming off lease. I might go back into a muscle car. Guys, psychologically, and I admit this, some people they'll fool themselves and think that it really makes a difference. I recognize that it doesn't mean a hill of beans.
It's the first step, Tom.
Right. I recognize that. But do I like it? Is it a passion? Some guys might like shooting. Sure. Some guys like fishing. Some, and I happen to like cars. Is it wrong to want to, indulge in those things?
And how do you plan for that?
How do you plan for it?
Those are all great questions, and I'm not sure I have all the answers on those ones. But a lot of people will say they have time to do the things they didn't have time to do for the last 30 years. I'd put all those things you just mentioned in that category upon retirement.
But how do you
Saturday and you get to work on those things.
Right. But how do you make people comfortable? They've been saving their whole life, and I know you do some workshops and other things, and you educate them. But there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. Okay, I got Social Security, and I got to cover my insurance.
What if they didn't save their whole lives?
And what if they don't have, they didn't plan enough, and then is the 4% rule thing and all this kind of stuff. How do you unpack that? How do you answer those questions?
I think our clients want to know that we know the answers to that with confidence. And then once they have that comfort level, believe it or not, they don't have as many of those questions themselves. It's like going to a good doctor or something else. I'd put us in that category.
So know the answers to like
4% rule. Do
explain what that is. You don't spend a lot of time though. Explain what that is and maybe what it's not.
Yeah. No. The 4% rule would say you can't find a 30-year period, i.e., a retirement, full retirement, where you would run out of money if you took 4% as opposed to say 7%. Mm-hmm. So that's the basis of it. It's predicated on an up market if you retire into a down market, you may or may not have some issues if that 4% isn't there.
I get you. A lot of videos that I see on YouTube, which is a dangerous place to be.
Jungle
Oh,
out
it
there.
must drive you crazy, man, because there's stuff on there. That's,
Every industry.
It's the WebMD of retirement planning.
Absolutely. A lot of questions as to, do I take my Social Security at 62 or do I take it at 67 or 70?
Are those things you deal with?
Yeah, all day long.
Okay, and it's
25 years.
Is there a blanket statement to that, or is it on a per cases basis?
It's most people have their mind made up, and it's a business decision based on market returns, health, what you think of the Social Security system solvency, kind of those 3 items.
What do you think of the solvency of the Social
It'll be
Security?
there. It's fine.
Yes.
But on YouTube, that's not a popular opinion.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Right, because you can find any opinion on YouTube. So here's a big question. You're in the space. You're going to say, hey, you can trust us. Why should somebody trust you?
It's a good question, but it's more of like these questions right there. You ask them, and we have answers that are intelligent, as opposed to 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. Here looking at an annuity.
Yeah.
It's people aren't dumb. They, it takes them a few minutes to figure out someone either does or doesn't know.
So how much of this? So you've got a workshop coming up next Tuesday, where you sit and answer a lot of these questions.
Yeah.
Is that how it's formatted? Do you have like a certain thing you say, or can people ask questions, or what is it?
Open question. We're live. Those are interesting when you go live.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because crazy people show up.
You get a few interesting people live.
Tom will be there,
It's like a big chocolate chip cookie with a couple of nuts thrown in. Right. Yes.
Great way to put it.
Yeah, so if someone wanted to go and hear answers to questions, these and probably things they haven't even thought of, they can call the 303-1668. It can get info. Can they register using that number?
You bet.
Okay, and or Excelsior WP.com, which really flows, Tom, especially for me. So Excelsior, yes, Excelsior WP, but there's no obligation. They don't have to sign up for anything. You're not wrestling them down, but they get the info to start the process of making some serious decisions, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. How much time will you dedicate to Tai Chi walking?
Tai Chi walking. That's a old but newer phenomenon.
Right.
Also brought to us by the internet.
Yes.
Unless you've been to intercoastal China.
Yeah. So I don't know that we really answered the question. Is 62 the time to take the Social Security?
There's not one answer to that.
There isn't.
There really isn't. And we could spend a whole hour on that topic, but there is not one
There
answer.
is a cap to how much you can earn.
Sure.
During that time. What is that cap at 62?
So it depends what you mean by that, but you can't make more of what they call primary insurance amount past age 70. But then you could make $2 million a year, and you're still going to get capped out as to what that monthly projection is.
Okay, and you've got charts and graphs that explain these things.
Yeah, all sorts of cool stuff.
So maybe the person that helped you save and set aside, great, no shame on them. Yeah. But when it gets to the point where you've got to pivot and make some serious decisions, this is your space. Is that fair?
It's our specialty.
Okay, so Excelsior Wealth Partners, ExcelsiorWP.com, or hey, register for that workshop. That's right, coming up Tuesday. What the heck? I think you feed them too, don't you?
We do.
What the hell? Look at that. So 303-1668. 303-1668. Thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate it, guys.